We've got a new PM and my dining companion has seized the Treasury. Now, people describe Scott Morrison as ambitious, hardline, even arrogant. But I've also heard compassionate, devout and a rabid Tina Arena fan. Clearly, the man requires some further investigation. For Scott Morrison, I made a vacherin, which is sort of like a pavlova, only with chopped nuts folded through it. The meringue is sandwiched with cream, orange slices, and my current culinary obsession, date syrup. Let's go meet the man who now has control of the national kitty. Hello.
It's probably one of those politicians' door knocking. It's Annabelle. Annabelle, how are you?
Hi.
Lovely
that was
to see you.
unexpected. This is amazing. This is the first time I've ever been greeted with flowers. It's kind of like the cabinet bachelor or something.
You could say that. You could say that. Well, come on in. Come on in.
This is memorable already. Oh, look at this lovely house.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Very compact.
It
Lovely.
is. No, it's great for a small family, but South Coast is just a gorgeous place.
You've been here for long?
We've been coming here for some years. This whole area we've been coming to for 30 odd years
Right,
since
but you
Jenny and I
rent
were
this
kids.
place.
We
It's
rent
not-
this place.
right,
You know,
okay.
we don't. Sadly, we don't have one of our own, but it's a great place to come and rent.
So what are you cooking? I mean, I'm guessing possibly a curry.
We are doing a curry today, and we're doing a Lankan seafood curry, which is
Nice.
pretty simple. Even I can do it, and we'll have some samosas as well before. So
Right.
they're a little trickier.
These are your personal samosa, scomosa recipe.
That's what my staff have called them. Yeah, the scomosas. Everyone's getting used to this new nickname.
All right. So can I help? Where do we start?
Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the chapatis.
Oh, you're making your own
I'm
chapatis.
going to make some chapatis because I find
What a Renaissance man you are.
It soaks it all up, which is great, and we'll have a bit of rice with it as well. We don't need too much because
You with your free pour.
there's only
You just do it by feel.
two of us, so that's not going to require much. We'll throw a bit of salt in there.
So you decided to start cooking earlier this year. What drove you to that?
Well,
Was it Prince Philip being made Australian of the Year? Just your despairing response is, the only way I can make it through this is to make
for a
curries.
start, I was sort of around a bit more on weekends now, which is a good thing. In my previous portfolio, I used to have to travel a lot more overseas with various things.
Right.
It's a bit more predictable, the new portfolio, so I
Right.
can sort of plan to be home on a Saturday now.
Right.
On a
So Saturday
night.
night is...
It's family. Well, watch a family movie or something like
Yeah.
that with the kids, and Jenny and I will have a sip of wine or something. I'll have a beer and watch a movie, and I'll cook the curry, and then they'll all laugh at me, and then we'll all go to bed.
Sounds adorable.
It is. Anyway, I better get into this.
So when you had your epiphany and you thought, I'm going to become a cook, how did you approach that?
Well, it's got to be something sort of interesting, and I'd sort of fallen in love with Indian food and
Right.
Sri Lankan food. I had quite a significant trip with Julie Bishop and Michael Keenan. We were in opposition.
Is any trip with Julie Bishop insignificant?
It was she'll remember it well, and we were over there obviously working with the then Sri Lankan government and how we would be pursuing our policies with them, and it was a very important trip. And we went and had a fantastic meal in this fairly dodgy little restaurant, and it just said to me, wherever you went in Sri Lanka, the food was fantastic. And washed down with a good beer. And Julie remembered that night there, I think it was the first beer she's had since she'd been at university. And the beer was, I think, taller than she was, and it was certainly stronger.
Right.
It was like a 12% special.
Right,
so we had
okay.
a great meal. And that was just one night of what was a pretty horrid sort of busy trip. But for one night, we enjoyed Sri Lankan food.
On, Ultra.
and we wandered back to the very modest accommodation it was that night. There were no sheets. There was no. Julie she told us she had a little towel which she used, and there was a bucket for the shower that night. So
Whoa.
it was quite. It
Wouldn't
was
have got that with Bronwyn Bishop.
well. They're entirely different issues. Yeah.
Yes, quite.
Anyway, I better try and get my hands into this because it's not surprisingly not going to plan so far. But anyway, probably a little bit more flour and I'll be good. If you want to just chuck a bit more flour in, that'd be
Yes,
good.
I'm not really a very good sous chef, am I? Sorry.
Keep going. Now starting to reconsider the whole...
No, don't give up
Let's
now.
do the chapati
Come on,
plan.
no.
Anyway, no Indian or Sri Lankan meal is complete without two things: mango chutney,
So is that with a fresh mango?
fresh mangoes, and you've got some raisins and your mustard seeds and a few herbs and sugar and so on. So, you know, it's going to pack on the calories.
Good
But
texture there.
Okay. Okay, we're going to start cooking the curry. Now, this is a local fish. This is called latchet.
You've done something to it, haven't you?
I've put a bit of tamarind and a bit of salt.
Oh, right, nice. Latchet.
Latchet, yeah. I usually do it with ling, but they didn't have any ling, and the blokes over at
If you like
Vincentia,
ling, you'll love latchet.
apparently it comes from up on Wollongong way. So it's
Right, okay.
they tell me it's an authentic South Coast fish.
All right.
Now, I'm told I need 5 cloves here.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good fresh garlic.
Right, pull that in. Stir all that around.
Is this what cabinet's like? Everyone's sitting around with a cool drink while you do everything? Obviously, you don't have to remark on that.
Operational matter.
It's on water, is it?
Goes for a while.
Hey, I've got something to show you, by the way, while
Yeah.
you're distracted.
Yes, I'll stir it.
I'm just unwrapping one of your pre-made scones. Ooh, that's very good. Nice execution.
We've got a few of them in here.
Okay. Well, they're bubbling away nicely.
I never know how long I might need your help a
You're
bit
just
here.
cooking the pastry really
I'm just
till
kicking the
it's nice,
pastry
that golden brown.
and heating it up a bit on the inside.
I think it's going according to plan. You look nervous, but you shouldn't be. Stop jabbing it.
Oh, okay, you're not allowed to touch. Is that the rule?
You're just fiddling, to be honest. You're over-managing.
One can do that. One can do that.
Right. Can I carry...
How about take the rice and we're good. Just I'll come back for that.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
A very special part.
Oh, it's beautiful. You can see all the boats from here.
You can, not too many.
Yum. Gosh, this looks so great. So where do you suggest beginning?
Samosas.
Of course.
You might need a fork.
No.
Yeah, the tick.
Some mustard seeds in there too.
There are some mustard
Beautiful.
seeds.
Gee, that chutney's good.
It lifts everything, chutney. You can cover
right
a
amount.
multitude of sins. Just throwing a bit of chutney.
Should we have some curry?
Sure.
Let's do rice and then we can use the spoon for the curry.
Enough. Get yourself some good sauce.
Yep, that's plenty.
Now you can have a bit of chutney with this too. Right up.
Beauty. Oh, that sauce is good. I think the latchet's held up all right.
Latchet's done
Whatever it
okay.
is.
Our gong fish. I think the ling might sort of keep its place on other occasions, but the latchet was a worthy substitute.
Qualified endorsement
But
from the cabinet.
the sauce is it's all come together quite nicely.
Myself, I'm in it for the food, so thank you very much. This has been a tremendous and surprising spread. I've made some dessert.
Yeah.
Shall I unleash it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Marvellous spread, Minister. Thank you.
Sri Lankan pavlova.
I'll give it a Sri Lankan pavlova. It's just a very weird, rare Sri Lankan pavlova. No, this is probably slightly more of a Middle Eastern feel. It's a vacheran, which is kind of like a crunchy pavlova.
How good's that? That looks great.
Thank you for organising such sparkling weather. Your powers are extraordinary.
No, it really was. It couldn't have been a nicer day to be here, actually.
true,
And you can see why it's a favourite.
Well, thank you for having me in your little bit of hiding area. I really
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. This looks great. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
I love desserts.
So, please, sir, do you want a little more?
I reckon I will.
That's your Oliver cue, dude. Do it.
Oh.